Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and I wanted to continue our discussion of the most important film of 2024, um, which is Alex Garland's A24 Civil War. It is the most political film I've ever seen in my life. There have been a shocking amount of critics who have said that this movie is apolitical or that Alex Garland did not take a stand in this film. That is completely divorced from any truth, in my humble opinion. Alex, so this movie is a very clear statement from A24 and Alex Garland that if America were to elect a fascist president, soldiers from California should 86 him in the Oval Office. That's completely political. Nick Offerman is clearly a stand in for President Donald Trump. Uh, like the coding in the film is outrageously obvious. People are like, they didn't really pick a side. The loyalist states follow a highly conservative president who is on literally the right coast. The heroes who are going to 86 him in the Oval Office come from California. Like you, left, right, blue, red, Democrat, Republican. It's in every frame of the film. The movie should have been shot in red and blue, right? Like he chose sides in every frame. But we need to start talking about this from the perspective of one. We need to talk about this a lot because this is a direct international attempt to give 5 to 15 points to President Donald Trump, to the Democrats, to the left, um, and and to the blue side. This is Hollywood attempting to give an election to a president. That's exactly what it is, right? And so we the people need to talk about this to the nth degree. And the reason why is we can't stop it. In fact, we need to encourage it, right? Like the reason this is happening is because America is for liberty. America is for freedom more than any nation in the world. Literally to the point where we will allow international attempts to sway our elections, right? And the reason why is it's on us, the American people. We're the only ones who can vote, but we're not the only ones who can influence the vote. And we have to have incredible sympathy. And America needs to start having an open conversation that we're not electing a US president. We are electing king of the world. Period. End of sentence. And I'll start saying queen of the world as soon as we elect a female president, which I'm totally, it's totally okay to have a queen of the world. We just never had one yet. So that's why I don't use that term. So, Tulsi Gabbard was close. I think she could have done it if she had knocked off that the military industrial complex complaint stuff, But anyway, yeah, it's really odd when you get a veteran who's like against the military industrial complex, which you know, like employs tons of Americans at extremely high um, value, extremely high dollar values. Like I don't know why any politician would be against that, but it's really odd. So we need to be very open about this. We cannot stop this. In fact, we should encourage this. We can say, "Hey, you guys do your best, right? Release all the movies you want in our election year and make them as slanted toward the left, as slanted toward the blue, as slanted toward the Democrats as you want. We're just going to call you out when we do it, when you do it." And that's what I'm doing now. It was outrageous. It was statements divorced from truth that Alex Garland, when he said that this was non-political, that he didn't pick sides, that this was apolitical, it's utter hogwash, in my humble opinion. And so he needs to be called out for it. This is a direct attempt to give 5 to 15 points in the general to President Biden, and to suggest that if America elects a fascist president, they should 86 him in the Oval Office, and the press will smile and document it. That's a hugely strong political statement, right? Like it's not shrouded in mystery which side he's supporting. Like it's so and what is shocking is how amenable the critic pool can be. That's the next thing. So what should we be doing about this? And so the next thing we should be doing about this is there's got to be more me's, like, because basically right now we have a critic pool where Alex Garland was like, "Hey, all you guys, you need to say that this is apolitical. You need to say I didn't make a choice for the left. You need to say that this is not slanted toward one political side or another." And they did it. Like it's shocking how clear how I couldn't believe how many critics were like, I was told by Alex Garland to say this was an apolitical film. I shut off my brain and I'm saying it to you now. Like it is astounding, right? Like and also if you saw any reviews that were honest about this film, please point me to them because I don't think I've seen one yet. Right. So we have to start recrafting the entire critic pool, right? So that when these kind of films come forward, and they're attempting clear political speech, right? There's nothing wrong. And Alex Garland had every right to make this movie. I love this movie. 5 out of 5 star film. Incredibly entertaining. I don't like it when you gaslight people, right? When you say, hey, I didn't choose a side. You clearly chose a side. Like, this is massively pro left, massively pro left, massively pro Peru, massively pro Democrat, and portrays Republicans as killers and dolts throughout, right? Oh, and then I'm just going to throw this in here because I haven't said it previously. I'll just give you more evidence that I've covered this topic this entire week, so you can go back and watch every video on it. And what I want to say is, so Jesse Plemons, right? He comes in. He's clearly playing a militia person. There are no left militias in America. They're all Republican, right? And the reason why is left can't create militias. Like, how are you going to create a militia with an anti-authoritarian pacifist vegans? Like it doesn't work, right? Like like people who don't even know, couldn't tell you the right end from the wrong end of a long iron or a short iron. It's ridiculous, right? Like, there are only right militias, right? So Jesse Plemons comes in and plays an absolute hyper prejudice hate monger who is creating a mass grave. Again, clearly saying Republicans are outrageously evil. Like it's not even shrouded. Like it's not mysterious or shrouded. Like it's just a flat statement, right? And I did want to talk about this. The one part I didn't talk about is he wears literally red glasses. His view, he only sees red because he's wearing red. This movie is coded from start to finish, right? Right, red Republican. That's what you're looking at when you look at Jesse Plemons. It's not like a mystery. It's not shrouded in some kind of ambiguity. It's like outrageously clear, right? And so it's astonishing, right? So we need to call this stuff out, and we need to call a glade, and bring and start making statements not divorced from truth but attached to truth, in my humble opinion. And I think it was really important that we talked this through, that we really looked at Civil War in depth, right? And we have to just set up a defense line so that when very clearly pro left, pro blue, pro Democrat films are brought forward, we call out every single instance of the folly of what is being done, right? And again, Alex Garland had every right to do it. A24 had every right to do it. And I even see their investment, like, because we are choosing their leaders. Alex Garland lives in Britain. He lives in London. And he's right. The American press is going to decide more about what happens in London than the prime minister of Britain, because they can't keep him for 6 months. Bump bump. They don't need term limits there. They can barely get a prime minister to get through 12 months, right? Like, so Alex Garland is getting in the conversation and saying, "Hey, I care about what the United States president what's chosen," because he's right. His fate is bound to it. America rules the world, not just America, right? So we get it, and nothing wrong with, hey, make your pro left films, make your pro right films, but don't gaslight people and tell them that you didn't choose a side. That's outrageous, right? So I just wanted to get in here and make it super clear that Alex Garland's A24 Civil War is the most obvious, overt attempt to impact a U.S. presidential election in the election year that has ever existed. And it's an important film from that perspective, and we need to be aware, and we need to call it out. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.